Would it be divorcee?
I think divorces is probably the...
Divorces.
Yeah.
Divorcee for the divorcee.
For the divorcee, the divorcee. It's a chic term.
Can we stop saying divorce?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Greta Titelman, and I'm here for you. And on today's episode of Personal Space, we are talking all things heartbreak with heartbreak experts, if I may say so myself. We have Dean Sheremet joining us. Dean is a chef and an author. Thanks for coming on, Dean.
Happy to be here.
We also have comedian Courtney Rada on the show.
Hey.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me on.
And our expert today is Dr. Roshini Raj. Dr. Raj is a board-certified, practicing gastroenterologist, author, personality, and entrepreneur. Dr. Raj, thank you so much for coming on. You are overqualified to be here, honestly.
Not at all. It's my pleasure.
Here's the thing. Did you know that breakups can cause zits, weight gain, insomnia, and even an irregular heartbeat?
I did know that, yeah.
Why, Dr. Raj? Why? What is a broken heart? Tell us.
This is what's so interesting, I think important for people to realize, that there are physiologic, so changes that happen in your body when you go through a really bad breakup. It's not all just feeling sad. There are hormones that are released, things like cortisol, adrenaline, things that can get your heart racing in a dangerous or irregular way. Also hormones that make your skin break out or worsen other skin conditions. You can get muscle aches. You can have certainly insomnia. So there's, things that we may feel and think we're the only people in the world that are feeling this, but it's actually quite common if you go through a really bad breakup.
Have you guys ever been, like, physically sick from a breakup before?
Yeah, I had terrible insomnia. When I was getting divorced, I could not sleep, and then it throws off everything else in your day, and it was like a vicious cycle of being completely miserable.
Well, you had a really brutal divorce.
Thank you.
Sorry. I mean, I wouldn't want to divorce a famous person.
No, I mean, obviously going through a divorce sucks for anybody, but
Yeah.
having it splashed on the front of Us Weekly and every other weekly magazine, and that, it just like ramps everything up, and it's not that easy.
Yeah, no, it's not. Have you?
Mine was way more low-key, I think. I was a little nauseous, and I didn't eat for a little bit, and then, then I ate a lot. And I thought the breaking out was like from the crap I was eating.
A terrible diet.
Yeah, but it turns out it's just inside me the whole time, I guess.
I mean, it's really crazy how all of us react to heartbreak. Yeah. I have definitely had insomnia. I've definitely had, like, shortness of breath where I felt like a tremendous amount of anxiety. What, like, heals a broken heart? Do you think it's just time, or what is it?
Well, I think time is part of it. I think many of us do kind of end up having really unhealthy habits during that breakup time, like eating unhealthy foods, we're not sleeping, we stop exercising, and what gets you back onto the road to recovery is getting those good habits back. So really trying to force yourself to get out in the fresh air, get some exercise. Talk to a therapist, potentially. If you're really down in the dumps and you're not getting better and you're not able to focus on work or other relationships, it may be time to really get some help.
How long did it take you guys to move on?
I mean, I moved to New York. I was like geographically
So you physically
moved on. I was living in LA, and I was like, it was the only thing I could do to kind of reclaim myself was just like get the hell out of there. And I was the opposite. I was going to the gym all the time. So then
You became obsessive about like getting really jacked and looking really good.
Looking jacked.
Yeah, just getting jacked, getting swole.
I feel like I don't know, I kind of try to jump to the next thing if I'm feeling a little heartbreak, someone says break and someone else is already in my mouth. But,
no, me too.
Yeah, you don't want to think about it too much and dwell on it,
I'm like, oh, you're breaking up with me? I'm literally f***ing your best friend. So have fun. Did you know that the craving for your ex is shown in a study using brain scans to be similar to a cocaine craving? Isn't that crazy?
It's so interesting, the brain chemistry and how it works, and that's why we always recommend you moved away, you were very dramatic, but trying to avoid looking at the ex or looking at pictures of the ex, running into the ex, because it can trigger that real craving that is almost like a drug that you just want it and you can't have it and you physically feel ill because you can't have it.
That's what Instagram's for. I feel like it's
God, it's the worst.
Well, I mean, that happens, like you're saying, when you look at photos of someone you've dated and people stalk their ex all the time. Is that really damaging?
I think it definitely is. I mean, And you do not want to see them having fun with other people. Just seeing their face, period, can trigger all these chemical reactions that are going to make you feel really lousy.
Oh my God.
Block them.
Do you block them?
Block them.
Hard body block.
Yeah, I think so.
Stone cold Dr. Raj. Blocking
You're
them.
done.
Block them.
You're out. Done.
Do you still stalk your exes? Tell us honestly, we won't judge you.
No, honestly, no. I had to break that habit. It was like a drug, though.
Yes.
And you get that weird reaction to it, and it's just, it was so incredibly unhealthy, and I was so guilty of it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so
right,
natural
what's she
to want to
doing?
do that,
Oh,
of course.
Yeah.
But if you can break the habit,
I
really
for
do.
sure still stalk my exes.
You
I
do?
found out, yeah. I found out
How
this.
far back?
I mean, I'm like currently dating someone,
Right.
and we're cool and happy, and been 3 years. But like, I like to. I'm friends
like to
with
check
my.
in.
Yeah, just to check
You like to know
in.
you're
and-
doing better.
Yeah, make sure I'm still nailing it. You know.
it is really, really hard to unfollow and to like put those
It's
restrictions
hard.
down on yourself.
Yeah.
What are some tools that people can use to do that? Because I personally know, I mean, I'm still checking in on my boyfriend from the 8th grade, you know? I'm like, what's good? I know you're a lawyer in the South, so like, tell me more, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, have I spoken to him? No. But do I know what his haircut looks like? Absolutely.
Right. It doesn't have to be a new relationship, but just new interests, new hobbies, things that are going to take your mind off it. And when you're happy and fulfilled, you're just not going to be as likely to be checking Instagram every 5 minutes to see what they're up to.
Do you guys think that like checking...
Dr. Raj said, get a life.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
what Dr. Raj said.
Find something you like.
Move on, get a f***ing life.
Yes.
Do you guys think that checking in on your ex means that you're not over it?
I tried to do the friends thing. I tried to check in, and it was disastrous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you know you're over it when you can check in and you don't feel that like nauseous feeling
Right.
or the pitter patter of your heart. But that takes time. You certainly can't just be friends instantaneously if you were the one that was broken up with and you didn't want it to happen.
Well, a lot of people really believe that you can't be friends with an ex.
I mean, my most recent, I was divorced twice. Let's just get it out there.
You're divorced twice.
Yeah.
You know what they
The
say?
doctor's here. I felt comfortable. I
You
could
should,
share.
of course.
you want
No,
us
but
to
the
step
most
out?
recent. No, but the
Wait,
most,
what is it that they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Dean,
Yeah, I know,
don't
I
get
know.
married again.
I know.
I just think that it's really hard to say goodbye to these people that have become your family. Like when you date someone, they really become ingrained in your life and they know you and they know your history.
That's why it's really important when you're in a relationship to maintain your other friendships because you never know what's going to happen to that one. And sometimes you end up, ignoring all your friends, you never call them, you never see them, then you break up and you feel like you have no one. So it's really important to have that support system.
I think it's also tough because social media is like such a new thing and dating with social media. So it's like there are no rules and regulations when it comes to like breakups because everyone's gonna do something differently.
Have you guys ever virtually ran into your ex? Like seen your ex on a dating app? No?
I've seen a girl, not like a serious ex, but I've seen.
Someone you hooked up with.
He's like, I've seen a girl that I fucked on an app.
I mean, if we're going by that standard.
Yeah. Well, I've seen an ex-boyfriend of mine on a dating app, and that was almost like as terrible as running into him in person. Because I was like, oh my God, you're on this platform too,
out there.
looking for the same thing I'm looking for. And it was a terrible, terrible feeling. I don't know what's worse, seeing them online or seeing them in person. I mean, seeing them in person is terrible.
Not even so much accidentally, I intentionally went to dinner with an ex of mine, and it was a weird story. I went with friends of mine to put their cat down. So I was trying to like be the good friend, and then we went out for drinks afterwards, and I had like 4 or 5 gimlets, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to dinner with my ex, and it's her birthday, and so I showed up a little bit over, not even, no, I was like,
I mean, 4 or 5 gimlets.
no, but I was like, I thought I was in the zone of just like, I could be fine. It was over a long time. And I showed up and I was just, not wasted drunk, I was just emotional. And so I was like, hey, how's it going? It's so good to see you.
feeling things.
And then all of a sudden I was like, are we just being stupid?
No.
Like, I feel like we had enough space and maybe it's, it was good and now we can kind of reapproach. And I could just see her just closing off. Shriveling. And she looked at me and she's like, I can't believe that you're ambushing me right now. And I was like, no, like I totally freaked out. It did not end well. It was a disaster. And then to top it off, I was like, well, I'm taking her out for her birthday. Can I just grab the check? And she was like, I got it. You didn't really have anything. It was like the power play move.
Good for her. Like, get it, girl, wherever you are. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. I would be like, your ass is showing up drunk to meet me, and now you're trying to get me back with you? Bye, bitch. Happy you're hitting the gym. Have you guys ever slept with an ex?
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Raj,
help.
What happens when we sleep with people? Because some people are like, when you sleep with someone, a hormone is released and you want to be close with them.
There is, and so that hormone is called oxytocin, and it can be very confusing. I mean, people who think that they can just have sex without any emotion, that hormone is working against you, because that really does foster intimacy and feelings of closeness and emotional well-being, and it's the kind of thing you want to have again. It's, again, a bit like a drug. So I think especially with an ex, when you have history there, it's very hard to kind of have sex with them again and not feel anything.
So no breakup sex, Dr. Raj?
I don't recommend it, no.
As heartbreak alums, what is some advice you would give to getting over heartbreak?
I think just like doing you know, like when you like
literally
doing yourself, masturbating every day. No, I think just like when you truly start to focus on like your career and your life and your friendships and other relationships, because you want to be like a full person to be able to like offer yourself to someone else. That sounds strange.
So poetic. Wow, did you read that on a greeting card?
I did. This is what my therapist told me. So I think just like doing you, and then everything else will like fall into place.
I started a whole new career. I would not be the chef that I am today without getting my ass kicked. So moving to New York and kind of starting everything over fresh.
You know, it may sound cliched, but I think things like meditation and really getting in touch with yourself is helpful in situations like this. And I also think remembering that if you're the one who's broken up with and you feel like awful and how could they do that to me, think about the times that you actually broke up with someone and the fact that sometimes you just don't think that's the right person for you. It doesn't mean you're a horrible person. And if you start to stop being angry at your ex and just understand that for whatever reason, they didn't think you were right for them, it doesn't mean they're awful. They're gonna find someone, you're gonna find someone. It sort of helps a little bit.
Well, we have covered so much today. We've talked about how bad breakups can give you zits and make you feel like garbage and make you become a troll. But you can get over it. You can get your act together, hit the gym, eat right, take care of yourself, and you'll be fine.
Totally.
We've also decided to stop, say it with me now, following your ex on social media. Yes, that's right, just cut it out. Would it be divorcee?
I think divorces is probably the...
Divorces.
Divorcee for
the divorcee, the divorcee. It's a chic term.
Can we stop saying divorce?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
And also running into your ex, just don't do it on purpose. And if you run into them, just run the other way. Ignore them, like an adult. Thank you guys so much for coming on today and talking with me. I've had so much fun. And don't forget to check out Personal Space on BravoTV.com.